Oh my God, there's people already in here. Holy shit. That's wait. Actually, let me just push this down a little bit more. That's crazy. Y'all are already in my chat. Oh my God. Do you guys like the upgraded webcam? By the way, I hope so. I mean, it was wow. God, this webcam is like so in my face now. Glenn Crack, can you hear me well? Can you just let me know if you can hear me well? Because since you're my my most devoted follower, apparently, I hope that you can hear me. It's pretty far. Oh, good evening, B. Wow, we already have more people in here. That's fantastic. Yes, sounds great. Hello. Здравствуйте, Yachim. Can hear you just fine. First name, bunch numbers. Oh, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. I'm so glad. Wow, we have so many people already in here. Guys, let me just say, Washington, D.C. today was a really weird place. I got to be real. Wow, now that I have this improved webcam, you can really see, one, how far my hairline recedes. Two, just how much my facial hair looks like shit. Honestly, if I have not, I need to comb this shit out. And also, you can see all the pores I don't have because of the fact that, or actually, sorry, the pores I do have because of how much I like to imbibe. This is apple juice. This is apple juice. Everyone, please type apple juice in the chat. That way YouTube knows this is a family-friendly stream. Thank you very much. Yeah, DC today was really weird, man. The energy in the room is just, it's off. It's off in every room I'm in. I don't like it at all. And most of all, I think, wait, let me see. Oh, we got some corn pops and some appy juice. Thank you guys so much. Where did I put my stupid, oh, here it is. I almost, wow, I almost spilled everything. You got to have some sody water, and I got to talk like that too. I got to say sody water. Dude, give it out to TikTok Shop, by the way. Like, because, they were the people who were like, oh, you got to buy this webcam. What do you know? I did have to buy this webcam. This is so much higher quality than yesterday, honestly. But I would say that if I had to categorize DC's vibe today, I would categorize it as like really old fast food that's in the gutter that's been run over by a bunch of cars. I mean, it's just awful out there. Glenn Crack says chalky milk. Slendy says, I posted this comment, but put your YouTube on your Substack. I couldn't find it last night. Oh, okay, wonderful. I will definitely do that, Slendy. Thank you for the suggestion. Tina D says, okay, I'm here. I saw a Joe Rogan ad and no TikTok live shop vids. Really? You saw a Joe Rogan ad? Like on TikTok or on YouTube or where? That's crazy. I saw people today saying, by the way, that like they were getting Facebook ads or like Instagram ads on TikTok. And I also saw some people saying they were being prompted to like link their accounts. And I was like, I don't know what upside down verse y'all are scrolling TikTok in. I haven't seen any of this yet. Sylvia says, I saw an Instagram ad on TikTok. Oh my God. Oh, we are in the upside down. Someone get that gay kid with the bowl cut to come save us. Oh my God. Dude, wow. Oh my God. So many people are getting Instagram ads. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I mean, I feel bad for y'all. Oh my God. Wait, so it's like an onslaught of Instagram ads? Oh, I am so behind the times. I guess tomorrow, maybe, now that my phone has heard me enough, I'll just be served Instagram after Instagram after Instagram ads, which is, kind of their loss of ad money because you're not going to catch me posting reels, dude. I mean, at this point, I have gone ahead. I have posted some. I've engaged some. It really, really is just garbage fire after garbage fire. It's just unreal. B Moyang says so many Instagram ads. Damn, I feel bad for y'all. Also, shout out to Kansas City. Love y'all's barbecue so much. Also, B Moyang, I can't even imagine how lit the sports bars must be, huh? Now that we have we have Caitlin Clark sitting next to Taylor Swift watching Travis Kelce take the Chiefs all the way to what, like their seventh championship or something like that. Excuse me. Yeah, in LA 6 hour, it's so true, man. Like reels are actually insane to scroll through just because all that you'll see in there in reels is like straight gore, like softcore porn, and then a ton of conversion rate like hacking where people are like leading with this title up there where they're like, oh yeah, here's how I 10x to my portfolio in a month. Check the comments, and the comments are just like, go to the link in my bio, and it's like, all right, well, I have a Glock, I have a Glock. Unique Dork says mine is old TikToks. I can't even imagine, especially after last night. Sylvia says Reels feels like Facebook meme page in 2016. I know, man, and the crazy thing is like sometimes Instagram Reels really do make me laugh really hard, but then I realized like, no, this is literally just like what TikTok used to be like that's all it is. LA 6 hours says it's like the dark web. The Reels like the dark web. Yeah, and then like the willingness that people have to just say completely off the wall, like, okay, not to be like a liberal, but like cancelable things, you know what I mean? With their whole name attached to their accounts, it's just, oh, it's so weird. Cole says TikTok is eerie without live. Dude, it's really weird. I keep seeing people say that TikTok just like doesn't have live anymore. And honestly, like I have been scrolling back through the platform since it was reinstated today, but I haven't really seen that like the live is like gone. I guess I have to believe it though. Lightning Black says, so how many tech CEOs were at Washington? Actually, I'm so glad you asked, Lightning Black. Let me just tell you some of the stuff that I have documented that I know happened today or yesterday in Washington. Okay, this is gonna be a long list, so sorry guys. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna go back to Thursday. So on Thursday, there were like 200 tech CEOs and investors who went down to Mar-a-Lago, and there were things there like okay, this one company called Valor Atomics had black baseball caps that said "Make nuclear great again," which is just so insane to me. And then also, as you guys know, on Friday there was a crypto ball that was hosted at in the Andrew W. Mellon Auditorium, and the primary like host and attendee was a guy named David Sachs, who is Trump's crypto and AI czar, because can't have just one, you gotta have both. And Snoop Dogg performed there. And that's kind of crazy. A company called Ondo Finance, which specializes in like currency transfers and also cryptocurrency and like safe wallets, they contributed like 150,000 to that. Today there was a pre-inauguration party that was attended by executives from like Uber and X, and also Barry Weiss from the Free Press, if you guys know that. And some other people who were there that we know were there were the Palantir co-founder, Joe Lonsdale, the Ondo Finance CEO, which is Nathan Allman. And then there was also Adam Goldstein, who is the CEO of Archer Aviation, which is a space tech company, as well as Eric Smith, who is the senior vice president for Valerian Space Ventures. Like tons and tons of people who are focused in crypto and space tech specifically, which, as we all know, is what Elon fucking Musk is down with. And you all know that like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg and Tim Cook and Elon Musk and also now Shou Chen are also, or Shou Chu, I'm sorry, are also all going to be at the inauguration, which is like insane. Yesterday, there was a party at Peter Thiel's house in Woodbridge, Virginia. I know that. There was a defense tech happy hour that was hosted by a company called Firehawk. And then over at the Watergate, there was a thing called the Coronation Ball, which had like over a dozen tech CEOs that were there. And it's all crazy because like when you look into these companies, right, like Valerian Space Ventures, right, they're raising $200 million in venture capital right now, and they're surrounded by like literal lawmakers and other investors, right? So they were just like trying to get in the room. Firehawk, the company that hosted the defense tech happy hour, they like just secured $60 million in Series C funding from venture capitalists. And of course, they're also surrounded now by the very people who are going to be over the agencies that will regulate their entire company. And it's just crazy, man. Like there was so much wheeling and dealing in DC this whole weekend. Just, oh my God, so insane. All right. Sorry. Let me go ahead and read through all of your comments. I hope that answered your question, Black Lightning, because I wanted to really make sure that I got that out. Let me see here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Brooke Williams says TikTok feels like Instagram right after it got bought by Facebook back in the day. Oh my God. So true. Girl Gun says someone I follow on TikTok said their TikTok showed up on their Facebook during the blackout. Let's get an F in the chat for that one, guys. Lightning Black says also Instagram Reels is just racism and gooner content. So real. LA6 Hours says spill the tea. Yeah, I sure did. E-Culture says Cord Pop back at it again. I'm back at it again. What can I say? I'm going to be back at it every night as much as I can anyway, over the next few months, especially. Ricardo Sandoval says, when I go to the live feature on TikTok, it just says unstable network connection. Damn, that sucks. LA6 Hours says not the hats. I know. The fact that they were really selling black Making America Great Again hats, but it said make atomic great again is just like, or make nuclear great again is just so insane. Especially when you consider that it's a private venture capital backed company instead of like the government. Like, because that's definitely who I want to be developing. The tech is like a random conglomeration of like nuclear engineers and like software engineers turned investors. Sylvia says, I've been on Instagram since this inception. It changed so much, especially after Facebook bought it. I only still have it because my in real life friends and I share things on there. Dude, yeah, I totally understand that. And you know what, too? It sucks for keeping it with real people, too. You know what I'm saying? It sucks so much all the way around. Instagram is truly like a deaded app. What's going on, Trapwitch? Trapwitch is one of my mutuals, guys. Trapwitch says TikToks have been popping up on Facebook since the ban was removed. That's tough. That's tough. I don't even know what to say about that. I'm just gonna do this instead. Girl Gun says Fallout 5 IRL, dude. Oh my god, that's so real. Kiara Norton says it's so crazy because Meta is going to do a 5% company layoff based on performance the next few weeks. Dude, I know, I know. And like what's crazy too about that, Kiara, is that I see people who are commenting on that and they're just like, well, I mean, listen, like, if it's only 5%, then actually you only need to be better than the next 19 people who are worse than you, or you only need to be better than 1 out of 20 people. How hard is that? It's like, dude, have you ever met people who work at Meta? Like, those are some of the most motivated, insanely talented, like smart people around. It's still just a layoff, right? Because like, if the floor of your, I'm not saying there's not like do nothing workers at Meta. Like, of course, at every company there technically is, but like, and I have my own feelings about how layoffs should be conducted anyway, which is that they shouldn't be allowed to be conducted after your company is a certain size without like an immense amount of financial penalties attached to it. But like, when you meet people at Meta, right, that's going to touch like every single department. And like, the people in like AI engineering Meta or in software engineering Meta, like they work their fucking asses off and they are held to an insanely high standard. So like to say you just have to be better than like 1 out of 20 people, it's like, no, dude, this is a walk to the gallows effectively. Just nobody knows if it's going to be their head down. Like it is truly like meritocratically spread in that way. It's so insane that people want to just be over here being like, layoffs are good actually. Like I hate them so much, man. Let me see here. First name bunch of numbers says not a crypto ball. Indeed a crypto ball. Indeed a crypto ball. And it looked really lame too. Because Snoop Dogg was like, he was singing that shit. He was singing Gin and Juice, and it looked awesome, honestly. And like, there's just a bunch of white dudes, who all look like they did just like a little too much coke. They all look like they're like just jacked up with Botox too, and they're all just kind of sitting there. I don't have my phone on me. But I'm just gonna use my card. They're just all sitting there with their phones up, just doing the baby bounce stance. Let me see here. All right. Glenn Crackshow says Vivid got canned from Doge. M says, why the hell did we start using the word czar again? I don't know, M. It's so silly, isn't it? Glenn Crackshow says, hate Barry Weiss, insufferable. I know. Sylvia says, this is literally Idiocracy, the movie. No, it really is. At 6 hours says, what is going on? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Tina D says, yeah, Shu took CEO out of his bio. That part is so weird to me, dude. I know. Yakim says, if you're fucked, imagine what we're going to keep living through. All of us are afraid of weapons and more wars. Dude, especially if you're over in Eastern Europe. Oh my gosh. Slendy says, plus the launch of the DT cryptocurrency. Y'all, okay, in case you don't know, Donald Trump released a meme coin yesterday, and it went from like $200 million. Oh, no, I think it went from like $200,000 in market cap. Someone's going to have to correct me on the initial market cap, to like 13 billion in a day. And if you look at the allocation of the coin and who actually like owns most of it, like 80% of it is owned by Trump and his direct like friends and family. And it's like set to actually allow them to vest, which is like it's set to allow them to pull out and sell in increments over the next 4 years. Like just he literally fleeced his own followers into a cryptocurrency that has no innate value because none of them do. And he's over here like literally saying, I launched my Trump meme. That's how he like truth socialed about it too. He didn't even say like I launched my cryptocurrency. He said, I launched my Trump meme. Give me your money, idiots. And they did. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Eject me into space immediately. Thank you so much. Zach seriously says IG has a weight to it that is hard to describe, especially for something that physically weighs nothing. That's actually like very, very funny. Lightning Black says, thank you. That did answer my question. Thank you very much, Lightning Black, for asking the question at all. I really appreciate that. Let me see. B says, I'd never recover. No, so real. Glenn Crackshow says, honestly, today was okay in part because I knew there was corn pop at 9. That's very sweet of you, Glenn Crackshow. I really appreciate that. Let me take a little sip of my apple juice. Thank you. Velma says, so what are your thoughts on the ban? Political stunt or something more? Okay. So my thoughts on the ban are that it is not like a political stunt necessarily. I mean, I do think that they had this plan for like months, though. I don't think this was spur of the moment at all. I think that Trump had already been talking to Shu Chen or Shu Chu. God, I keep saying Chen, which is so stupid of me. I do think that he was talking to Shu Chu for like months to make this work. And I think the only part of it that was a stunt was the fact that he like made it so that way that TikTok had to show the message that had his name. Like that part is very stunty for me for sure. But like, there is a part of me that has to remember, like, ByteDance is a player here too. Like, it's not just like this one CEO of TikTok, which is like a business unit of ByteDance and Trump. Like, it's also a larger company. It's like I do think there was a part of it where ByteDance was like, no, if we don't have guarantees that our shit isn't going to be like in violation of international law, technically, then like we want to shut down. And so I have to remember, like, Shu is like, he's pressed on both sides there. So I think that the shutting down maybe was not by itself was not a stunt. I think the way it happened, though, like the aesthetics of it, I think that was extremely politically calculated. And it's just another example of Joe Biden and all the people around him, the Democratic Party, literally handing Trump a win on his plate for nothing, for literally nothing at all. Let me see here. St. Billy says, does he really live in Woodbridge? I go there all the time. Apparently, according to the information, which is an online newspaper, he does live in Woodbridge. And he has like a huge house out there too. Unique Dork says, I wanted to leave Facebook, but I feel like it's divorce. So many mutual friends, family memories, pics, history. I feel that, dude. I really do. Unique Dork, I'm debating it myself, honestly, just because, like, I use Messenger. That's kind of it. But Messenger is literally just spyware that's like masquerading as a messaging app, in case you guys don't know, this is really crazy, but because I just found this out a few days ago. Messenger works in a way where if you connect to a Wi-Fi network, it immediately like taps on every other like device that's also connected to that Wi-Fi network to like map it out. So like it's not that great if you and other friends have Messenger and you're trying to like not be known where you are. Like, it's pretty terrible for that. Like, it's pretty easy to trace you like that. Really, really scary. Hannah says, the unfortunate thing about IG and FB is that only a fraction of the posts that you see is from people you follow and are friends. I know, dude. And the rest of it's just ads. The rest of it's just ads for like terribly drop shipped shit. Like, it's so bad. Unique Dork says, was Vance at any of these events? Unique Dork, I don't know. All I know is that like the way that these events have been reported through different sources now, which primarily is through like the information in ProPublica. It actually just says that like either Trump or Trump officials were there. So I have to imagine JD Vance was at like some of them. Cortland says, hello again. Thank you for streaming. Hello, Cortland. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Ellie 6 Hours says, it's been years and I still don't understand cryptocurrency at all. All I know is that it sucks butt. It does suck butt. And honestly, there's not a whole lot to understand about it. Like, I mean, crypto bros can get mad at me all they want. They can spam me if they want with like hate messages. I don't really care. Like, even still, excuse me, for all the years that it's been around and for all the years that it has sucked up time and energy, literally, because in case you guys don't know, Bitcoin mining alone takes up like more electricity than the entire country of the Netherlands like needs in a year. Like all the Bitcoin mining in the world anyway, which is just insane. For all the years that cryptocurrency has taken up so much time and attention from us and energy, like there still has not been one single use case I can think of that is like realistic for it specifically. I'm not saying the blockchain, by the way. I'm saying cryptocurrency specifically. Cryptocurrency to me just seems like a different kind of speculative asset class, which is like fine. I mean, like there's lots of ways to like I guess it makes it easy to just like understand what it is that you're literally just buying and selling like an asset to go up or down in like huge increments. But like, I don't know, that's also what penny stocks are for and also what options are for. Like, I don't know. Just it seems like we kind of reinvented the wheel on that one just like a little bit to me. Jennifer says, same with Melania and her meme. Wait, Melania made a meme? Melania made like a meme. What do you mean by this, Jennifer? Slendy says the ban makes better sense timeline wise if it went off tonight and then went back on after inauguration. I agree. I do agree with that, Slendy. Jennifer says this is the same tactic Reagan used for this campaign, so he looked good. Oh, because of the Iran hostage crisis. Yeah, for sure. Another sip of sparkling apple juice. I'm not going to shout into the mic after that one because I like you guys too much. Let me see here. Sarah's Bookish Macarons. That's a fun name. Sarah's Bookish Macaron says, I think the Orange Man wanted it to go dark in order to make the save more dramatic. I could totally believe that. Sure. Yakim says, I don't know. We should probably think about becoming radio amateurs and working on communication that way. My granddad was doing that during World War II. I have thought about this, Yakim. I have thought about like trying to galvanize people to become like ham radio experts or something. Like that could actually be like very interesting. I mean, I was saying this last night in the stream, but in case you guys don't know, like my general position is that TikTok, having just had happened to it, what had just had. Sorry, that was a terrible way to say it. TikTok, having just gone through what it just went through, I believe is going to galvanize an entire group of people to literally just start like going outside and just engaging with like analog, non-digital technology. I think that people are increasingly understanding that like the more and more you are a digital netizen, the more and more that you are traceable down to like the exact footsteps you're taking right now. And I think that is going to freak a lot more people out, especially as Trump and his government become so overtly fascistic and like exacting in who they punish, I think that people will get really wigged out by that, man. And I think that people are going to look for answers. And I think that what they're going to realize is that like the only answer is to like not be traceable. And the only way you do that is if you kind of like give up your digital citizenhood. I'm not saying that like everyone's going to do this. Certainly not. Like there's still, you know, so many people who like aren't even connected to the internet and would benefit greatly from being connected to the internet. If you don't know anything about the digital divide, I could talk about that all day. But like, you know, there's certainly a contingent of people though who I think are becoming very wary of being like forever online. A great mentor of mine actually said that he believed that Gen Alpha's like big flex is going to be like not being a digital citizen by the time that they're like 18 or 20. That there will be like a lot of Gen Alpha people who are kind of like grandfathered into the system of social media by their parents or their brothers and sisters who are older than them, who are like, you know, Gen Zs and like youngish millennials. And then they'll realize very quickly, like, oh, this literally just means I'm trackable everywhere. I don't want to be tracked at all. Like, I don't want the government to even know where I am. And so they'll like ditch technology. And while I thought it was like a so fringe and wacko of a theory when he had first told me this, like I actually have kind of come around to this as like very potentially being possible. I guess it depends on like the forces of culture, you know, between now and the next like 5 years, but I could see it. PK Mon says, I had the sick feeling we were getting very close to class consciousness and they had to take away TikTok to get us distracted. You know, the more and more PK Mon that I have been around, the more I've realized that like things are not nearly as like well orchestrated and shadowy in the background as that kind of comment would make them out to be. You know, I do think that like, yeah, billionaires definitely got nervous when they saw people just like openly agreeing, oh yeah, Brian Thompson getting shot was a good thing. Why aren't more people getting shot? But I don't think that they like orchestrated TikTok being banned this way, like for that. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Sarah's Bookish Macaroon says, oh my gosh, 100% everything that happened was so predictable. I don't understand how Democrats fumbled this so badly. Because they love to lose. Like, you know what I mean? Like at a point, you kind of got to imagine that they just kind of love to lose. Like they're not doing anything to combat the controlled opposition narrative, like literally at all. You know, like what are Democrats even really saying at this point to the fact that TikTok's welcome back message literally said Trump's name 3 times in the same 8 hours, right? Because like, if I was like Chuck Schumer, who wants to leave a legacy of being anything other than just like a media hog, I maybe would have said something about that. You know, the only person who's saying anything about it is AOC. And even her thing that she's saying is just like, this is propaganda now. It's like, yeah, bro, we know. Like, what are you doing about it? How are we going to make sure this doesn't happen again? Right? Like, oh my God. Let me see here. Cortland, the messenger thing is like some nightmare thing from a tech horror movie. Yeah, dude, I know. It's very, very scary. Sylvia says, I literally just need them to have a separate Facebook Marketplace app. I know, dude, I know so much. Like, I so badly wish that Facebook Marketplace wasn't attached to Facebook, because Facebook Marketplace is like what I understand that Craigslist was like before Craigslist became terrible, or like just kind of unusable in a lot of ways. You know, like there's so much good shit on Facebook Marketplace, but like, I don't know, I'd give it up. I would give it up if it meant that like Zuckerberg could eat shit, you know, of course. Slendy says you can check all the connections apps. Make it if you turn on app privacy report in your settings and go to privacy. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Christine says, I'm wondering if they just downloaded our data to another server. There was a TikToker who I saw who actually like basically confirmed this, that so TikTok servers with Oracle existed in Virginia. And as of now, there was like a large data transfer from data centers in Virginia down to data centers in this place called like Forest Ridge, North Carolina. And that's like where Meta's servers are for the East Coast. So like I kind of imagine that yes, like they literally got transferred onto Meta servers. That's kind of what I think happened. Jennifer says Melania has her own crypto meme currency as well. What is it called? What is it called? Christmas coin? Cryptocurrency? You know, what is it called? I don't give a fuck coin. Or I don't care coin. Like what is Melania Trump's? What is her meme crypto even called? Or is it like MLNA? Oh my God, that's probably what it is, huh? Let me see here. Lay Goldburn says, did you consider starting a new hobby or anything during our 16 hours of TikTok? No, I was mostly just like in the throes of despair. I was going through it. Let me tell you. So no, I did not. Christine says, I want to go back to the Nokia phone I had in 1998. I mean, you can. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, they didn't stop making like non-internet accessible phones. Like, they're still out there. Like, people just have to do them. But to do it, do your phone. Hey, everyone, do your phone real quick. Stick Person says, remember, when there are more Luigis and more blue shells to support our troops. I heard. Jinx says, you have to get a license to use a ham radio. The FCC has to approve you broadcasting. I hate that. That's correct. I forgot about that entirely. Hannah says, I think unserious, but not really. We should have flip phones, dude. I mean, like, I don't know. There's a part of me that is like really moving towards this, honestly. Like, the only thing I really need my phone to be able to do is like get me on maps. Like just direct me with maps, and then also like text and call people. I don't know. Like, I think for a while there, I was actually entertaining like having a sort of like iPod touch moment where I would have one phone that was like not connected to a SIM, and it was just my internet phone, and then I would store that for like I would store that phone away for like the whole day until a certain time, and then I would take it out after a certain time when I was like done with all the things I wanted to be done with, and then I would use it. I never pursued this seriously because I did not have the discipline to do this, but excuse me. Looking back on it, I'm like very, very kind of regretful I did not do that. Sylvia says Ron Swanson knew what's up. Yeah, dude, for real. Hannah says, I love the idea of switching very back to physical media, using flip phones again, and not supporting the corrupt corporations and franchises. I mean, yeah, I mean, until AT&T comes out with like AT&T Flip, you know what I mean? Like, and then they just give you like a crazy deal for like unlimited texting or something. Like, I don't know. There's no lower limit, let me tell you, to corporations just like betting big on your want for convenience, you know, overriding whatever ideologies or morals you have. Velma says we're gonna have to go back to printing newspapers and pamphlets again, like the OGs. I mean, like honestly, yeah, like there's definitely a case to be made for returning to physical media, if only so that way that you have more direct control over its production and then its like consumption. It's production, distribution, and consumption, you know, because like if you have to rely on platforms that do the work for you, like especially these big digital ones, like you're kind of, no matter what you do, no matter how skillful or crafty you are, like you're pretty much always acquiescing the power over to people who just like don't give a fuck about you and just want your money. So I mean, I totally understand, man. Let me see here. Christine says, I was talking to a friend that owns a pawn shop, and he said people are looking for Sony Walkmans and VHS cassettes are making a comeback, dude. And the crazy thing is that okay, I mentioned this a few weeks ago on my TikTok that like I think it would be so smart for whatever big pop stars there are now to like really do a big marketing push with physical media. Like if Brat had like if Brat Summer happened next year after people had like started to talk seriously about returning to physical media, and like Charlie XCX is part of her like marketing campaign for Brat Summer, like offered Brat cassettes or like yeah, like you know, like Brat set tapes, you know, or US Brats, you know, that just like had the whole album on it. Like that shit would sell. Like it really would, because you know people I think want something like that. Let me see here. Okay. M said they set the precedent that he can do what he wants regardless of what the Supreme Court and Congress says. I know, dude. I know. And listen, I have to give some credit to people who are pointing this out to me. Like Joe Biden did kind of start that too, right? Like, because Joe Biden was signaling he wasn't going to listen to the Supreme Court or Congress. He just didn't actually have the gall to just like say it. He didn't have the gall to actually come out and say, I'm not listening to them. Man, I'm talking so much. Jesus Christ. Let me see here. Zach Stoltz says swag gang, Gucci gang. Yeah, for real. Jennifer says Melania Trump's coin is just Melania meme. You mean wait, hold on, chat. Let me look this shit up. Melania meme. Oh my god. That's insanity. That's insanity. Yeah, there's melaniameme.com and you can buy it. Melania official. Oh my god. Hold on, chat. Let me just show you what the fuck I'm looking at. This is insanity, real quick. Hold on. Melania meme, official meme. Hey, what is that? What is this signature? That looks like when you're a little kid and you're trying to draw mountains. What the fuck? Buy with card, buy with crypto. Okay. Wow. Okay, yeah. Solana token address. Hell yeah. You gotta love how there's like not even a sales pitch on this one. It's just buy MIM. Buy my MIM. Like just the most like cynical, dastardly shit imaginable, dude. That's insanity. Oh my god. Jennifer says, I'm worried about how I'll talk with my partner from England and what we should legitimately do now. UK is going to start requiring visas in May 2025. I think the UK requires visas to live there, unless you mean like require visas to visit. In which case, yeah, definitely start talking about it. Extended Dream says, I've been having the same thought this week with the separate phone. Dude, no, honestly, like I think it actually could like really help my mental health. First name bunch of numbers. As much as returning to a flip phone is interesting, it's also true that we are expected to have immediate access to the internet for lots of jobs, so it could be tough to sell for some. Y'all, why do you have to come into my chat and like make sense? Like, can't I just like spew shit at you? Can't I just spew shit at you and you just open your maw for all my half-baked bullshit? God. Grand Crack Show says, I lost all my Kindle books when I deleted my Amazon account. Still worth it. Damn, that sucks. Velma says, I feel about the despair. I was forced into the dark recesses of Twitter. It was hell. You went from a TikTok ban to Twitter? Are you a masochist? Why? Sylvia says, Bo Burnham said a few years back in an interview that the new currency is our attention, and it's more evident now than ever. Dude, for real. Bunny Music says, way ahead on the physical media game. It genuinely feels nice to just have stuff you care about within arm's reach as a tangible, real object. Dude, I know. It's so crazy. I think about how when I was a kid, it was like the amount of CDs that my brother had was like insane. He was a real collector of the CDs, and I loved it because we had like boom boxes that had CD players in them and stuff. And like there was something special about like getting your favorite CD out and just like popping it in, pressing play on real buttons. You know, this is why I think the computerification or the digitization of cars is so annoying, because it's like, dude, I don't want screens. Like who the fuck actually wants all the screens in their car? You know, like in reality, what you want is you want knobs. I want to touch some knobs. Let me see here. Jinx says Sabrina Carpenter does have cassettes, and they're like $6 to $8. I love collecting cassettes. That's really nice. Let me see. First name, bunch of numbers. Oh no, it's a black screen for me. What is? Wait. What's a black screen? The chat itself. Sorry if it like didn't. Sorry if it didn't show for all of you. I can show it again if you guys want to see it. Fallout for a second says, so have we hit the worst timeline yet? Not even close. Not even close, guys. We have not come close to hitting the worst timeline. The worst timeline, I think, if we're gonna head into the trough here, I think the worst timeline is going to be close to like 2027. I think it's going to be after the midterms happen and a bunch of Democrats like run and then lose miserably because they have like no vision and no future. And Republicans like actually create a super majority in one of the chambers. Because at that point, I think Trump will either be dead or he'll be so completely encumbered with his failing mental health and his frailty that he'll actually be like a walking can of soup, just giving out executive orders, you know, and they'll just be deranged and insane. And then there will be like nothing to stop him. Like that's when I think we'll be in like the true depths of despair. That's why I want people to like really give themselves grace over the next like 90 days, because like it will be an onslaught. It will be nothing but the worst decisions you've ever heard in your life 100 times a day. And then somehow you're going to have to like have the fortitude and the discernment to wade through the just trough of shit that is being shoveled your way from social media and mainstream media to discern what is real, what is actually happening at the pace it says it's happening, what's happening later. Like it's going to require a lot of steel, man, for real. Spencer wants to know, why is Donnie still sending fundraising texts? Why are they still tithing to him? Bro, because they want to. They want to give him money. Like that's why he sends the text, right? It reminds me of that one hilarious tweet that's just like, oh my God, it's so gross that some women really fuck the weed man for weed. And then the person says, in response, says the person fucking the text man for texts. And like, you know, that shit is so funny, but it's like, yeah, dude. I mean, like, we can make fun of them like giving money to this person who doesn't care about them, but like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of Democrats who are still giving money to Kamala's defense fund. You know, like it's all out there. Like people want to defer action onto other people who they think are going to do the work for them as much as humanly possible, because the notion of doing the work right now is so scary. And I think it's because people know that like really doing the work in this case, whatever side of the political aisle you're on, actually doing the work and seeing the sort of future that you want to build come to fruition, it's going to require people to die. And there's always a risk it could be you. And people don't want to do that. People don't want to actually face up to what's in front of us anymore. What they want to do is they want to pay somebody else to do it. And that's just like that's honestly pretty in line with like what I heard when I was down at the line for Trump's victory rally today. You know, like I was talking to people about Trump's victory rally, and I was down there in DC, and man, a lot of people, it spoke to me, man. Like all they want is they just want to like stop engaging. They like Trump because Trump lets them turn their like heart and their brain off about like what it actually means to fight for a better country. They just think like, oh, he's out there fighting for us. I talk to people who are all ages, right? And from 22 years old up to like in their upper 60s. And like the one thing that they all told me that they want to be able to feel by the end of the next 4 years is that they can feel like proud of being an American and hopeful about the future. But when I would talk to them about like, what are you hoping that Trump is actually going to do to like get us to that point? I mean, it was like crickets, right? Like some of these people had actually like no particular policy, or not that I expect them to have policy. Like most people don't vote based on policy, but like they didn't even really have a set of actions that they wanted him to take, let alone policy. honestly. They just like wanted things to be fixed. And I think that they are deferring. They're deferring all of the sorts of things that they could imagine would need to be done onto another person who's just like better qualified to do it. And that for them is Trump. It's very, very wild for sure. Ricardo Sandoval says, my girlfriend and I have been talking for so long about buying physical movies because we're sick of streaming services. Dude, for real. Dude, when I was growing up, my parents had so many VHS tapes and DVDs and Blu-rays everywhere. And like, dude, we were like a little movie theater, I mean, oh my God, we had movies going all the way back to like the 70s, right? Like we had DVD remasters of movies like from when they were kids. It was awesome. Oh my God. Let me see here. Oh my gosh. Okay, Sylvia says, I'm buying more Blu-ray and DVD now for my fave movies now, so I don't need to rely on streaming. Dude, for real, fuck Netflix and fuck Hulu. Like, and fuck Fubo and fuck Streamy and fuck Glonk Bonk, whatever streaming service you want to say. Like, I don't care anymore. I don't like any of them. I hate that streaming literally did become cable, but worse. And it became worse because all of these companies chose to start making their own content, which drove the prices up because they passed it on to consumers. It sucks, man. And on top of that, most of the content they produce is terrible. And for the content that they're not producing, for the content they are producing that isn't terrible, they cancel it after like a season or two. Like, because the production costs go higher because the actors want more money and because the executives don't want to give up their bonuses. It sucks ass. And instead, what are we going to get? We're going to get another season of Stranger Things. Oh my God. I hate it so much. Jonah L says, the GOAT, love you, King. Thank you, Jonah. I love you too. Christine says, I'm so pissed I sold all my CDs. Dude, I would be too. Ellie 6 Hours says, I've started collecting DVDs for the inevitable fall of streaming services. Dude, yeah. And also just like with like the frailty that the internet exists from an infrastructure perspective, like I don't want to be reliant on streaming to be around for my entertainment. Nope. I want like a big pile of movies, like so long I can't even watch it. You know what I'm saying? Get me that Criterion collection. Shut it up my ass. Ricardo Sandoval says, totally agree on screens and cars. LOL. Oh, yeah, for sure. Emily Hayes says, I've been collecting DVDs of my favorite shows every time I go to my local thrift shop, especially since streaming services have just been deleting shows that exist in stone for real. Christine says, I already got rid of all my streaming apps. I'm forced to read now. Dude, probably better for you, honestly. Slendy says, this is why I need your content to keep up with all the craziness going on to make sense of it. Dude, I appreciate that so much. Jonah L says, proletariat versus the 2020s. Dude, for real. Actually, I'm gonna just say one thing. I really believe that what is going to characterize this next decade, guys, is this realization that like we kind of put off what was happening in the 60s because the 70s, I guess really I should say, we kind of put off what was beginning to happen in the 70s because Reaganomics came in and just made it really easy for people to just like turn their brains off and just like consume. And then the fall of the Soviet Union happened. And then it was like the United States was genuinely actually on top in a way that like no other country on earth was. And then the 2000s happened. And then like the rise of conservatism happened. So there were so many things. Why am I rehashing American history, you might ask? Because there were so many things all at once that were allowing people to sort of like get away from the hard lessons that were beginning to really, really bubble up to the surface by the end of the 60s, which were like, we are an imperialist warring state that drives endless consumerism that makes nobody happy and is at every turn seeking to fuck over workers unless workers band together. And like when the 70s rolled around, the malaise that had set through the country was so bad. It was so bad. And ultimately, like, Watergate and really like from 1972 to 1976 could have been like a real turning point for the United States. But instead it wasn't. Instead it was just like so easy for corporations to partner with the media in order to turn the entire conversation on its head and make it about like, no, why are all these thought leaders and why are all these academics and why are all these politicians making us feel bad about what is our destiny, which is to control the entire earth? And then it was just affirmed as like people felt like, oh yeah, the government doesn't do anything. The government is corrupt. The only people who get rich are the rich. And then Reagan came in and said, no, you can be rich too. And just like totally fooled people, man, hook, line, and sinker. And so I think now we're at this like tail end of when like that lie cannot really be upheld anymore. It is not sustainable to like overly financialize your economy to the point where like everything is based off of like the derivatives market. You know what I mean? And I think we're kind of at this reckoning now. Like the 2020s through the rest of the decade and into the 2030s, I think will be defined by people realizing we have some hard, deferred lessons that are going to require a shit ton of work and sacrifice to actually make it to the other side of without us being under the boot of like a true, scary, all-encompassing police state. And I don't know, like I'm here for it, just like all of you are here for it, and that we are just kind of we're here. You know, I'm not here for it. I'm here for it. Sorry, I just had to go on that rant. Let me see here. Oh my gosh. Ricardo Sandoval says, all this nonsense is going to be happening. I just got to go to work. Yeah, but you know, there will also be instability that makes going to work like kind of impossible in a lot of ways. Jennifer says nothing is happening here on Reddit has a Discord that is bringing together people from mutual aid in each state, just letting everyone here know. Yeah, dude, I love the nothing is happening here Reddit. It's so awesome. Let me see here. Hannah says I loved bringing CDs and creating my own ringtones and owning physical books over audiobooks and Kindle reading. Dude, I loved making my own ringtones too. Excuse me. Christine says he isn't fighting for us. He's just fighting not to shit his pants. Dude, for real. Girl Gun says, Jennifer, thank you. Oh, okay. Velma says, oop, parable of the sober type vibes. Dude, for real. For real. Let me see. Fallout 4 seconds says, oh, I'm part of that Discord. It's a good place. And to be honest, I think Discord and other apps are going to be what we want to use for organizing. TikTok is just not going to be a solid source anymore. Dude, for real. Absolutely true. Christine says streaming ruined TV. Fallout 4 second, just to touch on your comment. I think that TikTok is going to be really good for filling the top of the funnel, for grabbing people who are just like really, really discombobulated by what's going on. And they're just like going into their phone for some kind of, some kind of reprieve, some kind of sense of normalcy, and then continuing to agitate them there too, and just be like, you don't have to feel this way alone. There's people who are out here helping other people. You don't have to look for corporations who don't give a fuck about you. That's what I think TikTok is going to be good for, and other social media apps for that matter. Discord though, and Signal and Telegram, I think that's going to be where all the like literal organizing that is being done digitally is going to have to happen. Like I think that TikTok is going to have to take this backseat to being like edutainment, for like true top of the funnel creators. You know what I mean? Let me see here. First name bunch of numbers says pop off, Mr. Pop. Thank you so much. Junior says Stranger Things has become so ass. I know, dude, for real. Let me see here. Jennifer says I completely agree with Fallout for a second. And many states are making their own too for smaller, more localized chatting. Yeah, hell yeah. First name says actually Blickbork has pretty fair pricing. Shut up. First name bunch of numbers. It's so dumb. Bunny Music says also, even if you don't want to collect physical media, try running a media server. It's extremely easy to set up Plex, even if you're not good with tech. For real. Me says, can you share any more about what you've talked to people about at the Trump rally? I've heard that MAGA are lost as fuck wandering around DC. Yeah, I'll talk about that in 1 second. Eccentric Dream says what you're saying about the DC makes so much about the 60s makes so much sense. I've been watching a bunch of 70s films lately, and they might as well have come out right now. It's wild. Yeah, no, for real. I think that part of the reason why like 70s style clothing in terms of like the drapes people are wearing and like the shift back to earth tones and like neutrals, I swear to God, like part of it is just a reflection of how people are feeling. Like everything just kind of feels like it's like melting together, you know, and I think that people feel very like unnerved by that. I don't think it's that deep for a lot of people, but I think for some people it is certainly that deep, and I think it's reflecting in terms of like what sorts of things are being elevated and liked by people subconsciously. Let me see here. Somebody says Park Avenue, Money, Power, and the American Dream is a good documentary from 2012 that traces things back to the 70s. Hell yeah, brother. Let me see here. Tavalon says, I missed the first part. Have you already talked about the rally? No, I have not yet. First name, bunch number says, we're here because we're here. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, we are here. Stick person says, how do I go about convincing coworkers with whom I just unionized against Amazon with that a lot of their values are actually pretty far left and that Trump and rightist ideology is against interests? I think that honestly, like, oh gosh, I think honestly what we got to do is like get away from talking about it in terms of leftism or like right wingism. I think we just got to get to it from the place of talking about it from common sense, right? Just like that. What do you want? Like, what do you want and what do you think we have to do to get there and like only stay there for as long as they're willing to stay there? You know, if they start talking about electoralism or about like candidates or whatever, then like you can engage them then. But like I think bringing it up first is just kind of like a non-starter in a lot of ways. Let me see here. Okay, so Tavalon, I wanted to talk about the rally and like what it is that I talk to people about. So real quick, I'm just gonna put some apple juice into my cup. Everyone, please write that this is apple juice. I'm requesting this formally. Please say it is apple juice. So when I went down to the rally in Washington, D.C., the primary thing I talked to people about was, why did you vote for Trump in 2024? What are you hoping he's going to do over the next 4 years? What are you hoping that means for your life? How are you hoping to feel about America by the time that his term is up? And what happens if Trump is unsuccessful in doing the things that you need him to do for him to be a success in your eyes? What does holding him accountable mean, if anything, to you? And I'll be writing like a sort of like interview by interview breakdown about this on my Substack, and also like posting a little video recap on my TikTok too. But like, just so you guys know, the primary things I heard from people were, I voted for him because of the economy. I voted for him because everybody feels like they're ashamed to be American, and I want people to be proud to be American again. And then I heard a lot of people who said immigration as well. And the one thing I can tell you for sure is that people definitely seemed very demure. I went up to them and told everybody who I talked to that I was like an independent person who was like not a part of any media outlet, and I was not going to video or audio record them because I didn't want to make them uncomfortable. They were really willing to talk to me, but like they really shied away from specifics, man. I think it was like all vibes for a lot of these people. Excuse me. I think they just have the vibe that over the last 4 years, like, America has become a much more dour, divided place and with, like, no real prospects for the future, and they get the vibe from Trump that, like, he wouldn't let that keep happening, and they get the vibe from Trump that, like, he's willing to do what it takes to stop that from happening and turn it around, and they don't really have a clear destination. They could not really tell you, like, what it is that they're, like, aiming for. I don't really think that they're aiming for anything, like, honestly. I think what they're aiming to do is to stop feeling like things are so hopeless, and one of the things I heard from somebody was that every time that Trump was on camera, he was surrounded by people who looked like him. This was a young man who's like 22. And he said every time that he saw Biden or Kamala Harris on camera, they were always surrounded by other Democrats who were rich. And that spoke to him. Like that enough was that was enough for him to like just not want to vote for Biden or Kamala Harris. Like was the fact that Trump at least was surrounded by people who talked and looked like him. And like he was just tired of like not feeling like that anybody who was in Washington was actually going to even be able to say that they understood him because they weren't even around people like him. And that was something, man. Let me just tell you that was something for sure. Yeah, I mean, like overall, people were like really, really kind to me, probably because I was a white guy in like a leather jacket, you know, and I wasn't like putting a camera in their face. But man, I also got to say though, like people did seem really, really kind of like on edge in some ways. I mean, also it was freezing. It was sleeting and hailing like the entire time I was there. And so many of these people, guys, were from like Texas and South Dakota, Louisiana, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi. So I met somebody from Arizona, and like, dude, it was so clear they have just like never been in this weather really in their life. They looked so miserable. Oh my god. One person who I talked to, I will say this, I thought you guys would find this interesting. One person I talked to said that the biggest thing that motivated him to vote for Trump was that the country felt so partisanly divided. And I asked him, is there anything that you hope that Trump does that can actually like solve that? And he said, no, he just like knows that Trump isn't really going to let himself be bullied or beaten around by the media who wants to just paint everything in like hyper partisan light. And I asked him, does it feel any like way to you? Does it feel weird to you that like Trump has kind of like aligned himself somewhat with like Proud Boys in the past? And this guy looked at me and he said, Trump has disavowed Proud Boys. He has disavowed white supremacy. And I am done having this conversation with you. And then he just turned away from me. And I was like, got it. Got it. Okay. Okay, dude. Okay. Let me just read through some of your comments real quick. Junior says it's always that deep. Let me see. Cruz says, sorry. Let me see here real quick. Okay. Cougar says, "Did you see they started demonetizing videos of the Trump rally? Like the one I never, the one I never thought the leopards would eat my face, lady. No, I did not see that. That's crazy." Junior says, "It's always that deep." Hell yeah, brother. Jennifer says, "Fashion has always been political. It's why we see so many shifts in what people wore throughout the ages." Hell yeah, brother. Cougar says, "Also, hi, Corn Daddy." Hi guys. You guys know that corn pop is not like corn poppy, right? I get people who comment this on my TikTok sometimes. Like it's a joke from Joe Biden being a literal idiot on a campaign trail. I'm not calling myself poppy, okay? I'm not even from the right part of the world where that would be appropriate for me to do that. Bunny Music says unions are a good way to break through left-right dynamics. Just focus on the union. Yes, exactly, Bunny Music. You're exactly correct. Everybody, yeah, I love apple juice. Sylvia says this is the nuance of community building. We have to be able to build with people we don't share all values. Yeah, hell yeah, brother. Let me see. Sarah Cromwell says, "Hey, crew, the leopards will." Oh yeah, that's for sure. First name bunch number says all vibes no policy, dude, for real. Jonah L says, will you have a stream schedule in the near future? Yeah, Jonah L. I'm mostly gonna try to stream from 9 to 10 on weeknights, and then on the weekends, it depends on if I'm gonna be out. But you guys can at least expect me most nights of the week to stream from like 9 until 10 p.m. Because I think that's like sustainable for me. I think it's also like a short enough time window that people will like really enjoy being here. And if I start getting a big enough crowd where I get like hundreds of people in here, then maybe I'll start like then maybe I'll start pushing the stream up to like 2 hours or so. Let me see here. Tavlon says, I wonder if they will recognize fascism. He was surrounded by billionaires. How is that people like them? Yeah, Tavlon, the thing was, I didn't really have an interest in like pushing back on these people right in line because like some people were really tense. Like like some people definitely were like scowling and people were like really angry for the fact that they were waiting in this like never ending line to like eventually get told to like go home. Like so many people just like waited in freezing cold, literal sleeting rain to get told to get back on the metro and go home. Like I did not really want to like fuck around and agitate these people. Docha Gain says they just want to be comfortable in their potted plant politics, dude, for real. Sarah Cronwell says, did you already talk about the no lives in TikTok anymore? No, I didn't know about no lives in TikTok. I'm being told about this in here. Ricardo Sandoval says it's supposed to be like in the teens or single. It's just like not even worth going outside. It sucks. I mean, it's awful. Jonah Ellis says, you could totally go incognito with a riding jacket and sunglasses. Yeah, I mean, I have a pretty forgettable face, guys. I mean, look at me. Let me see here. Christine says TikTok also demonetized every American account. Okay, so Christine, I keep seeing this, but also like my TikTok creator rewards program like still is updating. So I don't know. I don't know if it actually did that. Tablon says so they won't recognize fascism. Ugh. I would bet not. I would bet not. Oh, everybody's repeating you are like corn poppy. I'm so glad that joke is like making a comeback. Oh my god. Let me see here. The Glenn Crack Show says, also, did you see the whistleblower of the woman who was asked to make conservative videos for $6,000? No, I did. Everyone, if you could do me a favor, please drop the corn and then the corn emoji and then pregnant man emoji. That is absolutely fucking insane. I love that so much. Oh, guys, just so you know, in case you guys enjoy chatting with me like this, so I do have a Substack, just so you guys know this, where I post all my articles and things, and you know, my Substack will be free to read forever. However, I do have a $5 a month tier, which is just to support me. That's all it is. It will never be more than $5 a month. I will never put anything behind a paywall. And the reason I am telling you this though is that the one thing that gets you is it gets you into a Discord where you can chat with me for free. Well, it's for free for $5 a month. You can chat with me directly, and you can also tell me what it is that you want to see in terms of content. You can literally give me content suggestions, and I'll put them into my content calendar in case that's something that you're interested in. It's like being able to literally like employ me. Bone corn. Oh my god. Let me see here. Sylvia says it might be new videos. Fran, the leopards lady, shared a screenshot of her videos demonetized. I kind of wonder if that's like for specific kinds of videos, though. I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong, Sylvia, or the Glenn Crack Show, or sorry, I'm not saying that that's wrong, Sylvia or Christine. I just like haven't seen it on my own account. But that's very scary if that's true, because I would really hate to lose the money that the bit of money that I get from TikTok. I love that everybody remembers you are. I love that everybody remembers specifically you are Corn Papa from my first ever stream. That is so fucking funny. Oh my god, I want to get that. Oh wait, everybody, I haven't shown you. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hold on, I'm still here. Can you guys see my cap? Can you guys see this? Do you like it? It says Corn Pop was a bad dude. Do you guys like this cap? Hold on, I'll just like turn it to the side for you. Here, actually, let's just like tilt up this camera a little bit. Yeah. How are we doing tonight, everybody? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I should have worn this, huh? I should have just worn this to the Trump rally, because then people would like really have been fucking with me. They would have been like, where do I get one of those? Oh my god. I wish honestly that I had just leaned so far into my joke as Corn Pop, and that he's gonna whip it out. Oh my god, no. I would not whip out my corn cob like that, okay? I am classier than that. All right. You got to pay me for that. Jesus. Let me see here. Who is this grifter? Who's calling me a grifter? Anybody who knows me knows that I don't have the talent to be a grifter. Are you kidding me? Let me see here. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Sylvia says, I think it's confusing that they're just having people find out what's going on TikTok. Yeah, I mean, like that's just so shitty, dude. I hate it so much. Tavlon says, how do we get those emojis? Can't you just like, yeah, you can just press left on your mouse and then right on your mouse. They should give you those emojis. Let me see. Jinx says, I read it was that views from American accounts won't count towards monetization. That sucks. That sucks so much if that's true. That's insanity. If that's actually how it shakes out, that's just ridiculous. Especially because like TikTok serves on a local algorithm first. Like what the hell? Let me see here. Jonah L says, "Let's go!" Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! I'm glad you guys like the hat. I still can't get over that one person said he's gonna whip it out. That's so funny. E Culture says still not over the bone marrow. Yeah, I mean, listen, like guys, if you've ever made collard greens, please use that pot liquor, okay, and go make some fucking ramen or some noodle soup. It is to die for, dude. It's so awesome. Let me see here. Cougar says corn cob is $10 a month premium Substack. No, I'll show you my corn cob for $10 a month, y'all. Do you want that? Do you want me to show you my corn cob? Okay. Do you want me to shuck my corn for you? Y'all, if you guys want me to shuck my corn for you for $10 a month, put it in the chat. Put shuck and then the shuck word and then the corn. Yes, people are hitting that yes button. Maybe ask your wife first before you charge for your corn cob. My wife is in here. My wife, do you want me to shuck my corn cob on chat for $10 a month? Because we got bills, baby. Let me see here. Oh my gosh. Sleepyhead, does this still count as me being a grifter if I'm offering to shut corn on the live? Let me see here. Tablon, I was born in 1963. I'm a fucking idiot. That's crazy. That's Tablon. You what the fuck? Wow, you're 62? Man, I did not realize that I had people of all age ranges in here. That's awesome. Only corn. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I'll shut corn while I eat corn. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a shit. Like a dollar's a dollar in Joe Biden's alien economy. All right. Let me see here. Girl Gun says feelings from last night changed. I guess so. Jennifer says some of us only like unshucked, dude. For real. Let me see. Stick person says corn pop saucer. Porn cop. The idea of porn cop. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna whip that character out on TikTok for sure. For sure. Porn cop is coming out for sure, dude. Nut Viver. That I love that username. My friend's birthday is tomorrow, and it's so awkward. LMAO. Why? Sick person says all hog. Oh my god. All hog, no breaks. Wow. Well, this has been a great way to start capping off the stream, huh? Guys, we have 5 minutes in here, and that means that it's time for us to get to know each other real personally. Let's just say, hey, how are we feeling? What are you guys gonna do after the stream? You guys gonna maybe read a book? Huh? You gonna go look at some only corn? Not mine, just other people's. What are we doing? How are we gonna spend this lovely Sunday night before the rest of our lives? I'm making a quilt, says Skylar Everett. That's nice. Jonah L says, woke Smeed. Yeah, dude, hell yeah, brother. After the stream, I'm gonna write more of my plays, says Jinx. What the fuck? We have a playwright in here? Dude, that's awesome. Junior says organic chemistry. Wow. F in the chat for Junior, guys. First in bunch of numbers says paint by numbers. That's nice. Robert Turtle says, how's your dog? Let's go ask him. Howdy. Come here, Bubba. We're gonna see him. All right. Oh, he's coming. Up. Yep. He's here. Wow. What a stretchy man. Howdy. The people want to know how you're doing. Oh my goodness. Look at that happy man. I think he's doing pretty good. All right, Bubba. Thank you for the cameo. I love that dog. He's very, very silly. Jade says, oh my gosh, wait. Jade says estrogen in, oh my gosh, wait. Oh my God. You guys are telling me all the things you're doing. Oh God, I lost my own chat. Okay. Jade says estrogen injection in Minecraft. That's nice. That kind of sounds like the beginning of a pop punk song for some reason. I don't know why. Jennifer says, I'm going to go read the People's History of the United States. Wow. Before the inauguration? All right, bud. Brody Craig says, I might take a shower. Glenn Crackshow says, getting blasted. Nice. Wait, like Smeed or like in your butt? Ricardo Sandoval says, been playing some World of Warships while watching. Oh, that's nice. Kuru says, I'm going to read Corn Pop Substack. For me? Sarah's Bookish Macaroon says, I'm currently reading the Locked Tomb series. It's about lesbian necromancers in space. That's insane. That's awesome. Tavlon says, I'm going to drink. I haven't drunk in a decade. Hey, real quick, Tavlon, if that's for pleasure, that's nice. If you're on the wagon, I just want you to know you can stay on the wagon, even though things are hard. In fact, it is a great sign of courage to even try to stay in the wagon. But, you know, I hope that no matter what decision you make tonight, it's one that you are happy with, man. Christine says embroidery. That's nice. That's nice. Let me see here. Bunny Music says, I'm spending the night playing old racing games on the OG Xbox. That's so sick. I hope you're playing like Forza 1 or something. First Name Bunch Number says, hell yeah, his Substack is great. Oh, thank you so much, First Name Bunch Numbers. Jinx says, you absolutely have a play right here. That's so sick. Wow. Yeah, I know, guys. Like my dog is like so funny. Let's see. Where are we at here? Stick Person says, I'm at work, about 30 stops left, then go to sleep. Oh, by at work? Do you deliver or something? Do you deliver packages or something? I hope you go home safe, man. But he says, I used to have a dog like that had gigantism, so he was double the size of a normal German Shepherd. I cannot imagine how bad their shits were then. That's insane. Girl Gun says, I'm playing Fortnite. Nice. Tavlon, I was on the wagon because I had liver toxic shots, but fuck it, just tonight. All right, man. Sylvia says, someone just said no live on TikTok. The gifts are in app purchases and TikTok is not available in the App Store. Oh, Stephen Talley says, read the Genesis Machine. It's about synthetic biology. That's really sick. All right, guys, we have one more minute on this live stream, and I got to ask, does anybody have any last questions for me? Any last comments that they want to say? And if not, or even if they do, I'll answer them. But I do want to know, please rate this live stream 1 through 10 in the chat right now. 1 is, I can't believe I gave any of my amount of time to you. 10 is, I would watch you until the day I die. Please let me know because I would love to know if there's anything I could be doing better in this stream. And if so, just let me know because I want to make sure that these streams are always good for you guys. You know, I really cannot tell you how much I really appreciate it. Wow, I'm getting a lot of really wonderful reactions from you guys. Thank you so much. Good night, Corn. Good night, Kuru. I appreciate you. Like the engagement with the comments, says Bunny Music. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad. Yeah, listen, I love talking to you guys. You know, it's one of my great pleasures. M says, thanks for getting me through the ban. It didn't even feel like TikTok was gone. Oh, wow. Well, that actually makes you feel like so good. Yes, you are all my children of the corn. You are all my kernels. Love you guys to death. If nobody else has anything else they want to say, then I am going to peace out. Love you guys so much. See you same time tomorrow. Okay. Bye.